Are you tired of having the same real estate deals circulate the market and they get snatched up before you even get a chance to put an offer in? Well, what if I told you with DealMachine's groundbreaking data that this process of you finding deals could be a lot easier on you, and it will help you get deals that no other investor has seen. Without the right information, you're just another player out there just lost, claiming to have direction, but you really have no direction and no motion. Well, what I'm going to show you today is show you how to get the right information and get direction to get the deals that will save your real estate investing career. Because if we don't, well, what's going to happen is you're going to have a decreased ROI, return on investment. You're going to be wasting time trying to find deals, etc., instead of just going after the deals no one else has access to and making a great deal that will put you in the black month after month after month. So, what you want is you want to have access to the best deals in the market today. Also, I'm going to show you how to effortlessly connect with sellers who are willing to just give you their properties. And last but not least, you're gonna get phone numbers to not only sellers, to buyers with this software. That's right, you don't have to pay an extra service. It's all included. So check this out. All right, guys, I have Matt from DealMachine. You've probably seen him on my channel a few times, guys. And Matt is so nice to share the new things that DealMachine has to offer if you have not done your first deal, or if you have done your first deal and you just want to grow it. And the one thing I like about DealMachine is like they do like things that nobody else does. And when you say like, hey, what do they do that nobody else does? Okay, so besides from making driving for dollars easier, they also allow you to get the phone numbers to not only your sellers, but your cash buyers all there. And it's actually included in your subscription. And speaking of subscription, being that you guys watch me, hey, listen, you're gonna get a 7-day free trial on utilizing this software to get started or to just grow your real estate business. So without further ado, Matt, man, what do you have for us today?
Yeah, Nasser, good seeing you, man. I appreciate you having us on again. I always, love coming on here. And again, like you mentioned, I mean, if anyone wants to try this stuff out, what I show you guys here, I can show you again, step by step, how to use it for a few minutes here today. But to try it out at that durodriving.com, that's got also 50 free postcards too. So if you're going to reach out to people and you want to identify people who'll be looking to sell and then actually reach out to them, we just want to give you as much free as possible so you can really try it out, get the ball rolling, get momentum going before you would ever have to buy. So yeah, excited to come on, man. I know a lot of what I share again has come from us being around since like 2017, 16, 17-ish, which when did you start using us? I mean, it was early on, right?
I actually started using you guys probably in around 2019, because me and Max met 2018. Max told me about you guys. So I want to say about like 2019, I started using you guys.
Yeah, it was, still early days for us. So that's awesome to see that, one, thank you again for like being such a great advocate for us through the years. But like two, we've really, really evolved since then, where, like you said, we were really known for driving for dollars, being kind of the best in class driving for dollars app. And that's still, very much the foundation of a lot of what we do. But we've really, especially the last, I'd say 12 to 18 months, have really taken our data to the next level. Like the other piece of that is, how do you go out there? How do you use data and really leverage us as a tool to have an unfair advantage in your market? Because the intersection of these three types of data. So what I can break down here for you, Nasser, is those three types of data, how people are using them. Again, we've had over 10,000 deals using DealMachine at this point. We hit that milestone last year. So a lot of what I share is from you guys, from the customers telling us like, hey, here's what I'm doing. Here's how I'm getting out there and getting that advantage in my market. So you cool if I share my screen and kind of walk through those three data points to really, really share with people?
Absolutely, bro. It's going to blow them away.
The first step is understanding, how do you build a list of the most motivated sellers in your market? Driving for dollars, that's one of the best ways to go do that. You've got the mobile app for DealMachine that can help you with that. You've got virtual driving for dollars in DealMachine as well, where you can click on here, click start driving. And we've shown that on your channel before, where it takes Google Street image and you can click for dollars, build your list that way. The third way being you can actually pull a list of leads based on our data, where you can see I can come in and just filter by all kinds of different things. I know I've shown that to your audience before around filtering for cash buyers, filtering for all kinds of different data points, and reach out that way. So once you have your list built, whether you're driving for dollars, virtual driving, pulling a list, whatever that method might be, the next step is, okay, what do you do with those leads? What do you do with those addresses? How do you start to reach out to them and do it in a more effective way than what everyone else is doing? And that's really kind of the intersection of these 3 data points is helping you in that step. It's helping you reach out in a way that isn't just blanket reaching out, willy-nilly and not using your time effectively. Our goal is to help you identify, motivated sellers, and then get on their radar in the most effective way possible. Those 3 data points are going to really help you do that, that intersection of the 3. The first bucket is property data. So understanding more about the property itself, and I'll show you here in just a second what all we give you access to there to understand how to leverage that. The second one would be contact data. So super accurate phone numbers, email addresses, ways to actually get in touch with that individual. And I'll show you that here in a second too. And then the third thing is really the ultimate cold call prep tool, the ultimate kind of seller outreach prep tool, and ultimate kind of targeted marketing tool is our demographic data. So telling you more about who owns this property, what's the situation they're dealing with, and really get to know that person a little bit more rather than just, Googling their name or looking them up on social. Like, we're giving you the opportunity to go in and understand more things about that individual so you can reach out in a way that is way more strategic than just, reaching out to literally every house on the street, right? Those 3 things where you're going to see that, again, when you jump into DealMachine, we're on the map right here. So what you're seeing is just the view of houses around you. You can toggle over to satellite view to see it that way as well. As you add leads inside DealMachine, when you click on any individual house, any individual address, that would be a lead, right? I click into this. This is where that property data, this is where that property data starts to kick in. This is where you can actually start digging in and understanding, hey, tell me more about this individual house that I want to get in touch with the owner. Perfect. So on the right side, you can see things right off the bat, like estimated value, estimated equity, or percent equity rather. More info about the property itself, things like year built, like is this an older home that may need to be fixed up? Size of property, bed, bath, square footage, all kinds of things when it comes to the property type and the individual, house itself. And then even characteristics about the house. So you can come in and say like, hey, does this have, multiple stories? Does it have, a garage? Does it have, you've got all these little individual qualifiers that are fantastic when your cash buyer is looking for this type of property, a 3-bed, 2-bath, this or this or that. It really helps you identify more specifics about the house itself. Then land information, also super important. That's going to help you come in and understand, what is the zoning for this? What is the square footage? Is this a house that, would, a lot size that's big and could be good for like an ADU? Like, are there, you can really kind of start to pick out these nuanced things based on the information about the land itself. Tax information, come and understand, hey, is it tax delinquent? Are they behind on their taxes? Like, tell me more about, the situation around the tax on that property. And then this rehab repair cost, Nasser, I don't know if you've seen this before, but this is something that is new and is awesome to be able to kind of help you identify very high level the building quality, the building condition that it's in. You can come into DealMachine and say, hey, just show me properties that are in poor condition. You can start off there. And our rehab data is shockingly accurate. I'd say like the estimated repair cost is going to be kind of back of the napkin math. I would say maybe double check that. But the building condition codes and understanding like, hey, is this a really rundown house? A lot of those will be picked up by our filters. So that way you could come in and use this as a great way to identify properties that are fixer-uppers, that are good to be a wholesale deal, right? That need to be value added to them.
So you mean to tell me, right now we are in St. Louis,
Yep.
shout out to Chingy, but we are in St. Louis. So you can tell me that I can pull up a list and just look at all houses that are in poor condition as a wholesaler.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you jump into this, I'll show you this filter one more time, this more button. We've got a ton of filters across the top right here: property type, price, bed, bath, quick filter. If you can't find something, just go into more, because we have hundreds of data points here. You click on more, scroll down, here's our rehab repair cost. when you click into this, you could say, show me properties that have a building condition of poor or unsound, or even fair, that's a kind of a good general condition filter. And you'll see, hey, I've got 2 properties that match these filters. Let me see if I can scoot back and get a few more. I've got 16 properties, and you'll start to see these highlights pop up around you that like these blue dots right here that fit that building code. So absolutely, this is a great way to help you identify areas that are hotspots that need help, need value add right there. So
okay, so it's gonna show what's on my map. So if I'm driving for dollars in this neighborhood in St. Louis, and looks like I'm on Maple, Flora, and Hazel Avenue around that area,
yeah,
it'll show me all the houses that meet my criteria, and those blue dots, that's the houses that are poor, that are fair, that are unsound. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yep. Building condition is categorized there. And if you drive, I would recommend like drive by those. You're gonna you'd be surprised by how accurate those are. Yeah, man. That's where I'd start. I'd say out of these 3 buckets in terms of property data that really fit that, a house that fits your buyer's box, a house that fits what your cash buyers are looking for and needs some fixing up. Looking at that property is a great place to start. So that's kind of that first bucket right there. Anything else on the property data you want me to dig into? Or I'm happy to move on to that second one, what to do with this.
I had no idea that, man.
Man.
Amazing.
We're always adding new stuff. And that's the thing. We're listening to you guys and hearing you say, hey, I wish you had that. I wish you had this, that's our goal is to keep implementing that. So yeah, that's the first bucket. Property data, great place to start. As you continue to add leads, use that property data to help you identify really, really high quality, motivated sellers in your market. That next piece of it is, okay, cool. Now that I've identified those, I can let me build this list to show you an example. I've got 16 properties that are in poor condition or, poor, unsound, or fair. Okay, fantastic. Let me click on view list. You'll notice, and again, I know you're gonna blur these out on YouTube, but you'll notice, hey, right off the bat, I've got some phone numbers to work with. I've got some right here. I never hit the skip trace button. I never said, hey, pay for these phone numbers. Normally you have to go in and spend 10 cents or more in most places to pay for these phone numbers. And immediately inside DealMachine, I've got all these leads that as I scroll down, all these phone numbers built in right away, already ready to go. And when you click on that individual property, you'll even see email addresses too. This property owner right here, I've got emails, I've got phone numbers with the do not call info, with how active it is already built in. And that's something like, I know we announced this end of last year and really blew some people's minds, which was amazing. Like to see how many people were spending hundreds of dollars on skip tracing, that now it's built into DealMachine, unlimited free. But what we're doing on our end is we're giving you contact information. That way, all you have to do is just pay for that subscription. That's it. And think of it like, Amazon Prime, you pay for Prime, you get free shipping. Same idea. Like, we don't want to nickel and dime you on this. You go out there and you've got contact info for every single lead you add to DealMachine right there, ready to call, ready to email, ready to text.
I knew about the email, but God, just to put this in perspective, let's say we call, we don't get nobody. We say we shoot. This is what my team do. We call, we shoot a text, we email. So now we hit them 3 ways. So we put ourselves at a higher chance of them responding to one of the 3 ways.
Mm-hmm. The goal there is to help give you those multiple ways of reaching out to them through call, text, email, through direct mail. We've had that for a long time in here, where you just hit start mail and it sends the mail for you right there. 50 to 60 cents a postcard typically, and you don't have to touch anything else. But that's the goal, is to help give you as much of that, as free as possible. It's unlimited on the map. And even on our starter plan, you're getting over $1,000 of free skip tracing built into DealMachine right there. And it's data that we have really heavily invested in. Like, it's the same data that 911 call centers use. Like, it's the same data that powers our caller IDs, that top financial institutions are using for compliance and things that they can't mess up. I definitely recommend if you guys are trying out the free trial, that durudriving.com, go in there, try out the phone numbers. I'd love to hear your feedback. Like, it's something where we've seen some awesome results from other people on. So that's kind of that second bucket. So again, unfair advantage in your market. It's okay, I've got great data, especially when it comes to the property itself. I've got super accurate phone numbers to reach out to those individuals. And then as I'm reaching out to them, that final piece I mentioned, demographic data. So when you reach out to somebody, you can actually come in here, and again, you see like, hey, here's that individual mailing address. Here's the person that says associated contacts. That associated contacts category is crazy. Like, that's something that is unique in our industry. You can look at things like are they the likely owner? Are they a likely renter? Is it a likely family member? When you click on that individual, you can see more, hey, do they have a portfolio? This person owns 6 properties. This could be a good cash buyer, or you could potentially like wholesale their portfolio for them. Tell me more about that individual, things like age or even background, things like, here, if I scroll all the way down here, background, education, like net asset value, things like this, to understand more about that individual before you even call them or knock on their door or send a postcard, whatever you're doing to reach out to them, to really tailor your message best and know coming in, hey, I should ask if they have other have other properties or that they're looking to sell, or hey, let me understand more about that individual and come in asking great questions instead of just, hey, do you want to sell your house, and then leave it at that. Like, you're coming in at a significant advantage than other people. So it's helping you do your research, do your homework, do your due diligence before you even reach out, man. There we go. So you can see, like, here's likely owner and resident. Again, it'll tell you, like, are they a renter? It'll tell you more about that individual before you even reach out. And that way, that intersection of, again, property data to know everything about the property, demographic data to really know about that individual before you reach out, and then the contact info to take action on, those 3 things together, you're putting yourself in a very, very strong position to go out there and do deals that other people are going to miss, and do deals that you're going to be able to build rapport, build trust, build, with that individual more quickly, because you're asking great questions and people want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. So that data, we're always trying to make it better, always trying to improve it. It's something that, again, we started off as just a Driving for Dollars app, and now we want to help you build your list of leads in a variety of ways and be successful through the whole wholesale transaction. So.
Hey, man. Yo, I appreciate that, Matt, for you showing us that, man. And I think that's going to be a game changer, especially for my audience. Guys, if this is your first time seeing Matt, I want you to check out this other video I have done with him. I'm going to put that up on the screen. However, in the meantime, make sure you check out that pinned comment. In that pinned comment, you're going to get a 7-day free trial. Sign up for this app, and this app can actually not only help you get you your first deal, but get you to your 10th, 12th, or 15th deal if you already done your first. So, hey, listen, guys, I'm Nasser, AKA the Real Estate Guru. I'm not a guru, I'm a guru, because I actually do this business, guys. Thanks a lot. See you in the next video.
Appreciate it.